everybody, it's me, Margaret, and there is a new knitting machine on the market. It's by Michael's Loops and Threads brand. It's called the Knit Quick, and we're going to check it out today and see what it's all about. Now, most of you may know that the top of the line circular knitting machine is the Addi Express. They have the large size and they have a small size. The big question is, what is this one and is it worth buying? Okay, so let's open it. Okay, so it looks very similar to the large Addi, but this one only has 40 needles and the large size Addi has 46. So that's interesting. What else does it come with? The box says that we should have 1 loom, 6 plastic clips, 1 crochet hook, 1 short needle, and 1 instruction manual. Looks like we're all set. Okay, you have 4 legs, and that's good because every now and then we come across a copy machine that has 3, and everybody seems to think that's not enough. It's adequate, but not enough. All right, I haven't read any instructions here, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Just slide them in. I feel like it's really well made. It feels sturdy. Now here's something different. You know the switch on the side that you use to set circular or flat panel knitting? Well, here it's marked with a T for tubular knitting or P for panel knitting. Now, right off the bat, I see that there's this thing. It's a yarn feeder, a tensioner, and I have never found good luck with these things, nor have I heard of anyone who really has. But I'm going to go ahead and load it in there because they say that that is something we should do, and it just snaps right in like that. It should move up and down. Now here's something none of them come with, and so this is a plus for this machine, and these are clips. If you are getting your project started, you often find benefit from adding some sort of weight or tension. And while I have not read the instructions yet, I'm assuming that's what it is. Let me take them out, check on that, and I'll let you know. Okay, the instruction book is pretty good. It gives you lots of information for casting on, knitting. It doesn't tell you anything specifically about the clips unless you read every word, and sure enough, it's about right here. Once you have knitted about 1 inch, clip on the weights evenly around the bottom of the knitting and carefully pull knitting down. The weights keep the stitches from riding up and causing the machine to skip. If there are any problems, add a few more clips. Kitchen or stationary clips work. And that's true. We've discussed that lots of times. Bent forks, all kinds of things will work to add as weights. So that's a very nice addition that they have added this. Now here's another deal. The clips have, can you see this? The clips have an opening right here, and that's good for, because if you need to add more weight, you can just hang something on there. Get you a bent paper clip and put it right there, and then you can hang anything that you have laying around. I am using Venus Choice because that's what I consider the no-fail yarn on my Addi machine, and I just feel confident that we're going to have the best chance of good results with this yarn. So that's not a guarantee, but that's what I feel like. Okay, there is 1 black needle, and that's a good thing, but I like 3, so I'm going to go ahead and mark these 2. And the reason why is because that's what the Addi has, and I find it useful on numerous occasions for marking things. All right, so I'm starting with the black, and I'm going to do the typical cast on, which is every other needle. Ooh, look at that, look at that. It's so smooth cranking. Very promising. Okay. All right, this has a little pop I just felt to get it down the right place. Now, I like to tension my yarn with my left hand. However, this machine does come with this tension guide. Let me put this white underneath it so you can see this tension guide that you're supposed to put the yarn through. Now, I really don't like tension guides on the things that I've tried, nor have I heard reviews of anybody saying they actually like them. But you have three options. A looser tension would be to put it through the very first one closest to the machine. You could put it in 2, you could put it in 3, and they show you how to go about doing that. Now, because it is designed to do this, I think I'll go ahead and give it a go. I'll choose the medium one to start with. I'm going to put it right here so I can see what I'm doing, and maybe you can see that too. Alright, so I go snap into the first one. It has little slits there, it makes it easy. Snap into the second one. Alright, now their theory as to why it doesn't have a clamp down is you're supposed to use this and hold it down with your hand. So we'll do that. Ooh, first round's pretty good. Alright, now the first round's always pretty good. I want to give it every advantage, so I'm pulling out some of this yarn, a whole bunch of this yarn as a matter of fact, and throwing it on the floor, and that will make it loose, so we're not providing any additional tension other than what's here. Okay, already it's not staying put. Do you see how it's moving around even though I'm holding it down with my left hand? I don't like that. And this movement can also affect the knitting. If it gets hung up in places, it'll make a tight stitch. If it's too loose, it'll drop a stitch. But I like the mechanics of it, so I'm thinking if we do less tension, it may be better. So I'm popping it out of that first one. I'm sorry, this one closest to me in the middle, and I'm leaving it in the first one closest to the machine. Okay, see, this is frustrating to me. I don't like this. So what I'm going to do is clamp it down, and then I feel like we're going to have a real, true evaluation. Okay, I'm using these large clamps that I happen to have on hand. I left the legs on here. I clamped it to both sides, and let's see if this makes a difference. I'm going to release it from this tension because I like to use my hand as the tension. So let's see how this goes. Oh, guys, I'm liking it. Let's go fast. It is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Whoops. And this is really important that it feed properly through this thing. If not, you're going to end up missing a needle, and that's going to cause you problems. But as long as it's feeding through there, and the clamp makes a difference because it doesn't go back and forth, it doesn't raise up. It's perfect. When I say the clamp, I mean the clamp combination. All right, let me go ahead and do a bunch of this, and let's see what our results look like. Okay, I'm back for the cast off. I ended up dropping a stitch when I did my earlier demonstration and didn't even realize it. So when I moved the camera to complete the round, I had a drop stitch. However, if you don't crochet, have no fear, because this machine came with a crochet hook, and that's the type of thing that you need to fix a drop stitch. There are a couple of good videos out there that show you how to fix stitches that you drop. There's two ways to cast off. One is you're going to use your needle, and you'll put this through and you'll take each loop off like that. But then there's a fast way when you'll use this when you want to add crochet around the edges or pick your stitches up with a needle or something like that. Oftentimes we'll put waste yarn here, and this makes the release so much easier. So that open top is imperative. When you get to the end, I've got about this much left. You take it off and you just go around. It should drop off. Oh, look at that. Oh, 2 thumbs up for this machine. Let's check the quality of its work. I could not be more pleased. Look at this. Now, with every knitting project, really, you need to stretch to get all your stitches evened out and everything. Oh my word, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There's no dropped stitches other than the one that I fixed, and you can't even tell it, can you? All of it looks wonderful. Now, new knitters, if you're not aware, this is called the stockinette stitch. This is all it does. It does not purl by itself. Of course, you can take it off the machine like this, and you can purl the stitches by hand. There's plenty of videos out there for that. But it will always, stockinette stitch will always curl. And this is fine for if you wanted a rolled brimmed hat. And I'm going to pull on my cast-on stitches because I know that they're secured. These are not secured. If I were to pull on this, it would not, it would all come undone. This is just a sample piece of knitting, not an actual hat tutorial. It's not the way you make a real hat because remember, the stitches down at the bottom here are live. They will come undone. Look for a tutorial on making a hat if you're interested in that. Because I didn't cast off to save those stitches, did I? Okay, so this is the size hat that it appears to make. Now, you can make it fit. Look, and this looks like a child's hat to me. Remember, it's only 40 stitches, and oftentimes Addy users complain about the 46 stitches being too small for an adult. So I'm not sure how this would do with an adult. We have learned that if you use a lighter weight yarn, like a number 3, you can get more stretchy results and fit on an adult better. But this is cute with a little rolled brim for a child. Now, if you did more rows, it would be longer from crown to ear, so there's a good chance that it's going to fit a bigger child. But regardless, and then of course you've got the option to do flat panels. So I love this. This gets 2 thumbs up. So how much did it cost? So here's my Michaels receipt. It is a Michaels brand. The date is 6/22/16. So I paid, well, let me rephrase that. The price was $69.99, but I used a 40% off coupon. So I saved $28 on that. So I give this machine 2 thumbs up. Definitely you want to use your coupon with this because why not? There's almost always a 40% off regular price coupon available at Michaels. But I had a viewer recently comment that they used a 50% off coupon, so that's even better. So look for those, but they are available from time to time. But I think it's great. The only thing I would emphasize is that to improve the performance, you really need to affix it to the table in some way. And just in case I didn't make myself clear, I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. I've done a review on this particular Singer, and it's a thumbs down for me. Now, some people swear by it and think it's great. I couldn't find any redeeming features about this machine. However, Singer came along, made a copy. This one is a usable machine. There's a link for this description as well. And the key that we've discovered since that video is adhering it somehow to the table. You can put it on a non-skid surface, but if you actually make it not move up and down while you're doing this, it works great, even with the number 4 worsted.